In this problem, we need to find the inverse of the one-to-one function f of x equals 5x plus 2 divided by x minus 3. As we're told that f of x is a one-to-one function, this means that its inverse will also be a function. So looking at the steps to find the inverse of a one-to-one function, step 1 says to replace f of x with y. So instead of f of x here, I'm just going to write y. So I get y equals 5x plus 2, all divided by x minus 3. So I've completed step 1. Step 2 says to interchange x and y. This is the key to inverses. So what I'm going to do, wherever I see a y, I'm going to put an x. So I'm going to get x equals, and wherever I see an x, I'm going to put a y. So on the right-hand side, I'm going to get 5 times y plus 2, all divided by y minus 3. So I've interchanged my x's and y's. Now I need to solve for y. This is often the hardest step. Looking at my expression, I think it's going to help if I clear my denominators. So I need to find the least common denominator, which is easy. When you only have one denominator, that is the least common denominator. So I'm going to multiply both sides by my LCD. And on the right-hand side, since I have a fraction, I'm just going to turn my LCD into a fraction by dividing it by 1. So on the left-hand side, I'm going to have to distribute in the x. So I'm going to get x times y. Then x times negative 3. So I'm going to get minus 3x. Equals, on the right-hand side, my y minus 3's reduce, and I just get left with 5y plus 2. Just a reminder, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to solve for y. And looking at my expression, I have y's in 2 places. This is a linear equation in y, so I'm going to collect my y's on one side, everything else on the other. And it doesn't matter which side I collect my y's on. I think I'm going to collect my y's on the left-hand side. So I am going to subtract 5y from both sides. And can you combine xy and negative 5y? No, they're unlike terms. So I have xy minus 5y minus 3x equals 2. Now I need to add 3x to both sides. And I get xy minus 5y equals, you can either write 2 plus 3x or 3x plus 2. They mean exactly the same thing. I can't combine these two terms on the left, so how am I going to isolate my y? You have to factor the y out, and you factor a y out of an xy minus 5y, it's going to leave x minus 5 equals 3x plus 2. And then how do you get y by itself? Divide both sides by x minus 5. The x minus 5's reduce on the left-hand side, and you get y equals 3x plus 2 divided by x minus 5. So I've finally done step 3, and the last step is replace y with f inverse. So instead of y, I'm going to write f inverse, remember, which is f with a negative 1 exponent on it. So f inverse equals 3x plus 2 divided by x minus 5. So I found the inverse of my one-to-one function. One last thing I'd like to point out is if we'd have collected your y's on the right-hand side at this step, you'd have got an equivalent answer, but it would definitely look different. It would have been negative 3x minus 2 all divided by 5 minus x. But both of these are totally correct answers. I think you can see if you take this answer here and you multiply numerator and denominator by negative 1, you will get the answer that we got by collecting the y terms on the left-hand side.